Okay, the major change this year deals with blocking below the waist. So in years past, they talked about it was legal to block below the waist if the ball was still in the zone, et cetera, et cetera. What they've done is they've eliminated the location of the ball. So the rule change now is that the block must occur immediately in the initial action following the snap. Okay, so we'll go over that in detail. I'll get some plays for you as well. So in the first picture here on the left, there's your two linemen. Again, that hasn't changed. They both have to be linemen. They both have to be in the zone. Okay, so just being a lineman is not completely in compliance with the rule. They've got to be in the zone as well. Okay, so in picture B, that block is legal. It's in the zone. It's at the time of the snap, immediate initial action following the snap. Both players began on their lines of scrimmage in the free blocking zone.
Hey Scott, can you go to presenter mode right now? We're seeing the presenter screen. Can you do like the slideshow mode, I believe it's called, or something like that?
Let me see. Yeah, stand by. Is that better?
There you go. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. So so here it's legal for offensive linemen to block below the waist in the free blocking zone. You see the zone, it's 4 yards to either side of the line and 3 yards beyond and behind the neutral zone. So both players here, so 77 could block 62 below the waist if it's immediately after the snap. 65 can do the same to 93. However, 72 cannot do so to 55 because even though 55 is on the line, he's not in the zone at the snap. Here, we're talking about initial blocking with the hands, okay? And we have a play to talk about as well. So as long as you initiate contact with the hands, if it's below the waist, all right, you can continue that action immediately following the contact with the hands. All right, and this goes for both sides of the ball. Defensive linemen can block below the waist as well, subject to the same rules. Okay. Here, the initial contact is above the waist, as you see in picture A. In B, the blocker loses contact and starts a new block. Okay, this is a foul. Right, it's got to be the immediate initial action following the snap. Okay, so if they're two linemen are engaged up top, all right, it has to that block has to be that block below the waist has to be an immediate continuing action. Okay, can't be a new block, can't disengage and re-block below. Okay, again, as I mentioned, rules regarding blocking below the waist apply equally to both teams. Okay, this defender here goes below the waist outside the free blocking zone, take out a lead blocker, cannot do that. Okay, that cannot be done in high school. Backs, sometimes you see defensive backs at the college and pro level taking out a lead blocking lineman. All right, that cannot be done here because A, defensive backs are not initially on the line of scrimmage, and B, those are not immediately at the snap. Okay, only inside the zone and only by linemen who are also in the zone. What are the implications? Okay, as I said, we're no longer required to determine the location of the ball when the block occurs, right? So in last year, if we had a handoff, let's say an inside handoff, right? If we had a lineman leading, pulling, let's say on a trap play, that lineman could block below the waist because the ball was still in the zone. We take that out of the equation now because the block has to be immediately after the snap. So it doesn't matter where the ball is anymore, which is good. With all the passing game we have now in our high school game, you'll see the blockers, especially the tackles, taking that backward step at the snap to go into a pass block position. Okay, if he takes that backward step at the snap, he can no longer block below the waist because it's no longer immediate. Okay, and the initiation of the block and the block itself must all be continuous motion, can't be two different motions.